Hey, it's Uncle Joe at Uncle Joe Hikes. We're here at Hickory Knut Gap, I think it's called. Hiking up the Scaly. This is on the North Carolina side. Not going to be a long hike at all. But I've never done it from this side. Wanted to come up to Highlands and maybe check out some other things, so I thought I'd knock this out. Well, here's our turn off to Scaly Mountain. We'll also connect to the Bartram trail shortly. This double track goes up to the tower, communication tower. Oh, we're gonna make our turn and off into the woods. Well, we're walking through this rhododendron tunnel. We can see some remnants of snow on the ground. It's pretty chilly. Wind's blowing, that's why I have this toque over my head. Just keep my ears warm in this wind. Luckily right now it's mostly up above us. Pretty calm through here. Still working our way through this tunnel. You can see this is a little bit of a downhill slope as the rain has pushed around the leaves and then left some puddles that froze. Come out of that rhododendron tunnel back there. A little more exposed out here. Maybe this has melted a little bit. Looks like maybe. Yeah. Getting out here in the sun a little bit. It's actually now we're going up a little bit because this is coming our way. We can see on my hike up Scaly from the other side. If you recall, you hike up a wash for a while, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised that we're hiking up one here. Well, there's the source of our drainage. We move on up. Well, we continue in and out of these rhododendron tunnels. We should be getting to the turn or the junction with the Bartram trail shortly. So I think we've kind of gotten up on the main ridge here. See a lot of these little laurels. These are actually kind of tall, but I think as we get out on the summit, we'll see some shorties. Who you calling shorty? Well, here we are at the Bartram. So, go that way, down to the Osage Overlook, and the Bartram continues on to Raven. That goes back to the car, and we go up. You can see here what you got to contend with. Just have these rocks to navigate to keep from sliding on that ice. About to fall over myself. Anyway, and then you come to a slab. What are you going to do here, Joe? I don't know. So at that split back there, I came around. I stayed over to my right, but I think you could go either way. In fact, it might even be drier if there's ice up there to go to the left. I don't think there's a lookout there. We may go look on the way back, but we're going to continue on. So back there, you kind of come out on those slabs. You think you might be near the top, but you can see the silhouette behind me here of the summit. We kind of broke out in this open area, which is kind of weird. Got some rocks here, and we could see a little bit through the trees out, looking north. We'll get better views up here, though. I can hear people down there. I don't know if they're on the trail or what. Could be down on the highway even. Who knows? interesting. Might have some company. I hate to go off into the grass, but probably not going to have much choice because there's just too much ice. Too much ice! We made it to the first, one of the first overlooks here. I believe that's Raven out yonder. Got somebody up the hill here. Working our way through this gauntlet here. Up to the summit proper. Lots of ice. Young couple back there was warning me. All right. I think this is the widest perch that we come to. I don't think there's anything further, but we've been here before. Beautiful. We can see out across to Albert. It's one of those perches out there, one of those humps. Not quite clear enough to see the tower, but it's along there somewhere. Of course, Raven's looming large, and then we got the valley all the way back to Scaly Mountain community and Sky Valley. The AT runs out yonder. Just gorgeous. Alrighty. That starts your descent down and over toward Hickory Knut and Jones Gap. We'll start heading back. So you can go up there too and get a little bit of a view. Look at these little short leaf rhododendrons here. Little tiny guys. A little pine too, a little short needle pine of some sort. So cool. As I work my way off of this rock, which thankfully is dry, we're going to move down here to our right and just to see what's around the corner. We're staying in the grass just because of that big slab right there. The ice does not look inviting. We try to whisk away anything hiding out there on the limbs. There we go. It's nice and dry once you get right here. So this would be your first perch if you were coming, when you're coming in rather, from the, whether you're coming in from Osage or Hickory Knut Gap. So, yeah, nice view. Raven. You can see Raven and this whole ridge along here is kind of the last bastion of hills, and they start petering out as they head out across South Carolina that way. So this is actually the very first split that we came to. It's right around the corner there. We're going to peel off to the right and merge back just to make sure we didn't miss anything. Here's Scaly. So this is sort of a fault summit, you might say, as you're coming in. A little bit icy. Yeah, not really much to see, but you can see Scaly. All right, we're back at our turn off with the Bartram, so we split off, head down Hickory Knut. Got a woodpecker out there somewhere pecking out some blues. Alright, we made our way back through that wash. So we start into our rhododendrons here. Won't be long. It's actually warmed up, I think, a little bit. But the wind is still there. Look at that beautiful rhododendron tunnel. Like perfect. Alright, we're back down here to our double track drive that goes up to the tower. There's our tower. There's our sign. There's your sign. Won't be long now, we'll be back at Old Gobi. Well, we can just see Old Gobi sitting there waiting. Hopefully nobody broke in and got my Mr. Bubble bath. After a cold windy day, I'm gonna want to sit in a bathtub full of bubbles. Well, Scaly Mountain from Hickory Knut Gap done. That was a good little hike. I've never done it from this way. It looks like it's 3.6 miles of trail. I have to see how many steps I had. It's a little chilly up here. The wind's blowing, but yeah, this is not a particularly good time of year to do it because there's a lot of ice, you know, from the runoff, but we did it. See if we can get down off this mountain. Joe hikes, a little bonus for at Whiteside Mountain. Let's go check it out. All right, this starts our loop. I'm gonna take the top side first. Lots of ice coming up around there. Gotta really be careful. Short hike, so I didn't bring my trekking poles, but hopefully I don't regret that. Still working our way up. Well, we're getting some steps here. A little break from the icy rocks. Really cool. Let me come off this little spur here. See what we can see. Oh my goodness. Wow. Amazing. Wow. Pretty remarkable. Make our way up this little split here. Looks like they've got that blocked off, so. Looks like that split used to come up here. You can see the tags there, but I don't know which one was the reroute. On your way up, there's a lot of these little offshoot trails. I assume go out to some views, but I don't know. I'm sure that's what they do, but that could get real steep, so we're going to stick to the trail. There's our first little overlook. So we make our way up, up, up. Good news is we can't go too far up. Ain't much up left. Awesome. You can see a little bit of a gorge Phenomenal. Pretty amazing. You can see more rock. That lake out there, I believe, is in South Carolina. So we got Georgia, South Carolina, of course, North Carolina. I'm wondering if that little gorge there isn't where maybe the Chattooga River goes in and then heads on down, forming the state line between South Carolina and Georgia. Ellicott Rock Wilderness is all over there. Man, this is just killer. Just killer. Reminds you a lot of Blood Mountain. Wow. So we came from that way and went up there, but we looked down and noticed there's some guard rails down there too. Might be a little tough getting down there. Oh yeah. Nice little rock that hopefully don't just fall off. Pretty cool. Getting a little bit closer each time to those cliffs there. Back on the trail. Yeah, so 13 people came up here back in 1911. One of them had gone out on that rock that we went out on, had fallen. And our friends had to rescue them, so imagine that was pretty harrowing. They got him out. They got him out. The thing about this trail, it's not very long, a couple of miles, I think, the loop. But man, there's just one perch after another. And yet another. Got some kids coming. Can really see the slopes from here. Well, we just came from that way, some kind of old double track there. Maybe that was a road cut back in the day. Maybe that's where they brought those buggies up that brought those people up here back in 1911. A little cedar tree here. Awesome. Really cool. Keep moving. Like Metro would say, let's keep moving. We're making our way along this cable here because we're not right at the edge of the cliff, but my guess is this is one of the slopes or something, maybe. So it gets a little muddy through here. So you gotta be careful. Well, here we go. A little observation deck here. You can see how the trail's been watered out. This is where it's supposed to be. We're getting close to the turn, so this could be our last view of this side. You can see what we came across. You can just see cliffside there. through the trees. Maybe. Pretty cool. All right. I think this might be one of our last perches. Looks like there's another one out there. Looking the other way. Yeah, so there's no perch over there. Make our way down. I do know that on the back side of this is a cliff that's just covered with ice. Saw that coming in. Well, there's a good bit of ice coming down. Thankfully, it's starting to narrow up a little bit, so you can get on the trail just fine. It was kind of wide in some places back there. Hate to be going too far off the side here because you want to keep the trail bed. Yeah, a good bit of this ground is frozen, it feels like. There's just something about frozen ground that's just, it's just a kind of hard that it just feels harder than anything. It really does. Concrete don't feel as hard, it seems like to me, as frozen ground. Now we're starting to get in a little softer with this gravel, believe it or not. And we're getting into the sun, which helps. And get on back down to Gobi. It's cool to watch the water behind the ice. It almost looks like ants or bugs or something. Lots of ice. The sun's starting to melt it though. I'm sure it'll freeze back over tonight. Some big icicles there. And some long ones down here. You can see the sun's really beating on this side up here, so it's bringing this stuff down. You know, it's just covered to rock. It almost looks like it's piled. It may be to a certain extent where some of it melts, piles up at the bottom, refreezes. Crazy. Yeah, we can see the cliffside up there. That may be and probably is the cliffside we could see driving in. It just covered up with ice. Really, really neat. Alright, we just passed our merge back there. And we're on our way back down to the parking lot here. It's a little slick out there. We want to avoid all that to our left. All that out there. Yeah, this is all wet, so we're not going to slide if we stay on that. There we go. Back down our steps. Alright, back at our parking lot. This is a fee area. And right over there is a little credit card machine where you can scan, pay with your phone. I had a hard time bringing that up, so I just used the credit card machine. Pretty easy. Alright, let's get down off this mountain. Alright, little bonus footage for you. Whiteside Mountain. Done. Mama, if you're still awake, you can go to bed now.